Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our channel. My name is Dawn, and this channel is Dawn Does Keto. This channel is all about our personal journey on a ketogenic lifestyle. It is Saturday morning, and it is kind of gloomy, wet,
typical Ohio weather,
gray. And what better thing to do on a day like this than to go get your taxes done? Just makes it so much better. Right?
I don't care if the sun was shining, it was 90 degrees. I wouldn't want to go anywhere. I just want to be outside. But yeah.
Right.
It's so that time of the year, and
that's where we're headed.
It's got to get done, so here we go.
Yeah, we've been dreading this. We've been working on it, and now we have to go see the person that's actually going to do them for us to see the damage. So we are headed out to do that. I just wanted to update you guys on a few things that are going on in our keto world, and I'll do that throughout this video. There's a lot of things going on this week I want to share with you. And we're going to go get something to eat probably after we get our taxes done. I have not eaten at all yet today, so I haven't broken my fast. Mike had plans to have breakfast this morning with two of his buddies, so they went out to breakfast, so he has already broken his fast and had something to eat, so he's probably not hungry at all. I, on the other hand, am starving. So we are going to take you guys along and just give you guys a quick life update, basically. We'll see you guys soon. So we are done with our taxes. Yay. One less thing to worry about.
And look, if you look closely, you'll see there are no stress marks or tears or anxiety of any kind, because even though we already knew the outcome was going to be not favorable in the sense that we were going to owe because of what we do, it wasn't as bad as we had thought it might be. So we walked away in a win-win situation.
Right. And we just arrived at the restaurant. I will show you guys. We are at a place called Jimmy's Backyard Barbecue. And this, in our town, is one of our favorite barbecue places. We love it. You can buy meat like by container, I guess. It's not really by the pound.
It's like an a la carte.
Yeah, they have brisket, they have chicken, they have pork. So that is what we're going to do. Our daughter is going to come and meet us and have lunch with us, and that's where we're at. Hungry? We're gonna wait for Mary?
Yeah, we're waiting for Mary.
So tell everybody what you got.
So I got brisket and pulled pork with a double shot of green beans.
Yeah. And then I just did like a la carte. I got a thing of brisket and I got a container of chicken. We are heading home from having lunch. It was delicious. I'm stuffed. I don't know about you.
I'm stuffed.
That was our daughter's first time actually eating there. It's one of, like I said, it's our favorite barbecue place, but she had never eaten there before, and I think she enjoyed it as well. Many of you will get to meet her this Saturday if you're coming to our meetup. But real quick while we're driving, I just wanted to talk to you guys.
No hands.
We are doing a live with Cindy DeManch and Sana from Miss Perfectly Imperfect Keto. We are doing that this Friday. So if you watch this video and you want to tune in on Friday evening, it starts at 6 o'clock. And you guys can chat with us, ask us any questions that you might want to ask. Just spend a little bit of time with us in a live.
You can't ask us where we've been.
Why?
We've been gone for a long time. We've been absent. We're on some really bumpy terrain.
We just got home. I'm having all kinds of issues with my gimbal today. I don't know
it's not the gimbal. It's not the gimbal, but you don't get to see what happens off camera. You don't want to know the issues she's really having.
We're home, and I am getting ready to go to work, and Mike is going to do something super fun this afternoon.
It's even more fun than taxes. I'm going to go sit in a car dealership with my daughter and her husband while they purchase an automobile, and I'm going along just for some guidance. But you know how that goes. You could be there for 3, 4, 5 hours, depending on how things go.
They'll probably be there most of the day, I think. But I'm going to go out and work since he's not going to be here. Might as well make some money.
Might as well make some money.
Yeah. So that's how our day is going to go. So we'll wrap this up right now, but we have a couple more things later that we want to talk to you guys about. So stay tuned for that. It's 8 o'clock at night and Mike and I are at Walmart.
Yay, you see the look of excitement on my face?
We needed to pick up some stuff for food, and I don't want to go out tomorrow, so here we are.
Yep, here we are.
Guys, this is what we woke up to Sunday morning. I'm over the cold and the snow. We've been so fortunate to have such a mild winter, but now that it's March, I'm just ready to not see this anymore. Good morning, everyone, and happy Sunday. As you can see, I have just gotten out of the shower, so this is a lovely look I got going on here. But we have a few things that we need to get done today. And the first thing I'm going to do is make a dessert that Mike and I can have with our meal this afternoon. So in case you haven't heard yet, Keto Chow re-released strawberries and cream and vanilla cream. There's Mike back there, just walking through my shot. It's all right.
Well, good morning, good afternoon.
Is it afternoon? I think I said good morning.
It's afternoon, yeah. So remember, the clocks sprung forward.
Yeah.
So we lost an hour. That's why I feel groggy this morning.
Yeah.
That's why it's snowing. The outside thinks it's still dark out.
And it's still snowing. I showed you guys a little bit of the snow that was like on the porch, but now it's like coming down good.
Yeah, it's going sideways. We haven't had hardly any snow this winter.
I said it's been a mild winter.
Ridiculous.
So.
But anyway, it's good to see everyone. Good morning, and let me get out of the shot.
They have re-released these flavors, and they are replacing the existing vanilla and strawberry that they already have, which is a great idea because these flavors are way better. They taste so much better than the originals, in my opinion. That being said, they're also offering these in the big bag. So if you need Keto Chow, you want to order these flavors, just drop down in the link down below, use Mike and I's link, and you will get a 10% discount, and that will help out our channel. Now, I am going to be making this dessert, and I'm going to use the vanilla cream in this dessert today. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen this. It is a high protein edible cookie dough that's been like trending on TikTok. And so I'm going to make it. I really have no idea how it's going to turn out. We'll see. So real quick, let's jump to the food. So what I have in the bowl is, it called for 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. I didn't measure this, I just put some in here. This is the peanut butter I use. It's the Teddy Super Chunky, and all that's in this, and the reason I use it, is dry roasted peanuts and salt. And I just love the taste of it, and I love chunky peanut butter. I know this has been a debate, chunky or smooth, or chunky or creamy, but I love chunky peanut butter. Then it calls for about a 1/4 cup of almond milk. You can also use Greek yogurt, but a lot of the Greek yogurts are higher in carbs, and my store was out of ratio yogurt, which is what I usually like to use. Let me find a measuring cup. Hold on, guys. So for me, I'm happy to go ahead and try it with the almond milk starting out, just to see how it works because of the lower carb count. This is definitely a test. One of the videos said to go ahead and mix the peanut butter with the almond milk. So I'm just gonna maybe try to do that a little bit and see how that works. I watched several videos where they did this. One person actually put the peanut butter in the microwave and softened it. But because this was a brand new jar, it already seemed kind of soft. But maybe I should have popped it in the microwave real quick, because it is not mixing quite as easily as I had hoped. But we're getting there. Okay, that looks good. Then it calls for 1 serving of protein powder. You could use peanut butter, you could use whatever flavor you wanted. I'm just going to go with straight vanilla for my first time out. So there's 1 serving of protein powder, and it calls for 1 tablespoon of almond flour. I just have this great value almond flour that I found at Walmart. I don't bake a lot, so I didn't have any, so I actually had to buy this. But if we like this dessert and it's simple to make, I'll be glad to have this on hand. And then just mix in your dry ingredients. And it should start looking like a cookie dough consistency. If it seems kind of thick, you could probably add in a little bit more almond milk to thin it out, which looks like that might be what I have to do. I think a serving of protein powder is going to be different depending on what kind of protein powder you use. I also have a Quit protein powder here, but I really wanted to try it with this vanilla cream because I just love the flavor of it. Now it's getting kind of crumbly like a cookie dough, like one that you would use like you'd roll into balls. But I'm going to go ahead and add a splash of almond milk. See if we can thin this out a hair. So I would say if you're using almond milk, I started off with about 1/4 cup. I would say between 1/4 cup and 1/2 cup, because now it's definitely starting to look like cookie dough. It just depends on how thick or thin that you want it. Okay, that's what we have right now. And then finally, obviously, if it's cookie dough, you got to have chocolate chips. So I'm going to use these Lily's semi-sweet style chocolate chips. I also bought some of these Bake Believe because I wasn't sure what I had on hand here. So I'll be trying those probably sometime in the future as well. But since I did have the Lily's, I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some of these in. Nobody gave a measurement on the chocolate chips, so I guess the best thing to do is just eyeball it. Do it with love. Whatever looks good to you. So that's it, guys. That's what we have. I didn't put like a ton of chocolate chips in there, although Mike really loves chocolate chips. But I want to kind of keep the carbs down a little bit on this. So I'm going to cover this.
Did you just say you didn't put hardly any chocolate chips in there?
I did not.
Oh, I love chocolate chips.
I'm going to cover this and put it in the refrigerator and let it chill until we are ready to taste it with our meal. For lunch today, we are doing egg life wraps. These are the garden salsa egg life wraps. And then we have this leftover shredded chicken from when we went to Jimmy's backyard barbecue yesterday. So I put chicken on each one. I'm going to put some cheese on. I'll have a little bit of sour cream on mine, but Mike doesn't like sour cream. So we are having these, and then I'll just warm them up in the microwave. So here we go, guys. That is the final product, and we're just going to sit down and eat and chit chat a little bit. We just sat down to eat, and as I said, we have these like leftover chicken tacos from
Where's mine?
yesterday. I only made me some.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna watch you eat.
Because I had leftovers yesterday and you didn't.
Well,
You ate all your food yesterday, remember?
Yeah, I eat all my food. That's what you're supposed to do. Weren't you taught that when you were a kid? Eat everything on your plate?
Yeah, misconception there. I made him some.
I
You
was
guys know
just
I'm not
fooling
that
you
mean.
guys. But notice the difference. She
The
has
sour cream.
sour cream on hers.
Sour cream is
Yuck.
delicious. Are you pro sour cream or anti sour cream?
If you are with #MoreMike, you are anti-sour cream. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't like it. These are going to be good because the meat is going to be good because we already know that.
Meat is so juicy. Look what it did.
You know how good it is to eat something that you didn't have to prepare?
I mean, I prepared it. I still had to cook it.
Yeah.
It's delicious though. They're really good.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure all of you
You can
missed.
see the juice coming out of it.
Oh, yeah. It's
That's
delicious.
how juicy the chicken is.
I'm sure you all missed watching us eat. I can only imagine how excited everyone is. Everybody, look, gather around. Mike and Dawn are eating.
Yeah. So as I said before, it's Sunday, and Sunday is a day I usually take off work during the week. I go all week long. I'm helping Mike's mom and dad, and I'm working pretty much at least 6 days a week, most weeks. So Sunday is just a day, and because we would normally during football season, we'd want to sit and watch football.
It's a day of rest.
Right, it's a day of rest, but he still gets up and goes out and dashes in the morning, so he's already done that. He already went out and dashed this morning.
Yeah, but I only dashed for a short time, and I did go out later than I normally do, so because I just didn't want to go out. I mean, look at the weather.
Well, today was a good day to be like, hey, I'm just staying in the house. I'm
Yeah,
not going
so I went out and
anywhere.
made what I wanted to make in order to hit my goal for the week that we usually have a goal set.
Yeah.
I made that and I turned it in. I think I only did like 3 deliveries. That's all I needed to do.
So although I'm not going out and working today, we are going to be doing some things around the house.
Maybe.
I need to do some housework and get aside from the fact that it's snowing outside, I need to get my spring decorations out.
That's our way of trying to combat Mother Nature here,
Well,
and hopefully
Easter,
we can.
You guys, Easter is at the end of March, so we're talking just a couple, less than 3 weeks away. So I need to get that stuff out, or it won't even be worth getting out at all. And speaking of schedules and things on the calendar, this coming week is KetO-IO. So although we are staying in the house, I'm going to work on housework, do that. I also need to get some things done for KetO-IO because I have 6 days
Yeah.
until KetO-IO. Speaking of that, we got these in the mail the other day. I just want to show them to you real quick. Yay! KetOH-IO 2024, and we will be, my daughter's going to be taking pictures for us. We will be vlogging, so a video will be coming out with about that. I have boxes back here. We got swag, we got decorations. So I have some things today that I definitely need to tackle for KetOH-IO. You know something, I don't know why I did this, just popped into my head. We should have gotten at the store last night. Stuff to make those pizza bowls again.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we got to go back anyway, so.
Yeah, oh, those were really good, and I don't know why I'm thinking about them right now, but.
I know, you're eating,
I'm eating
a really
chicken
delicious
tacos.
lunch, but you're thinking about something else. I'm excited about KetOH-IO too, just to kind of get back in the flow of things and get around everybody again and see them. We haven't
I
talked
know,
to
I
people.
feel like we haven't seen anybody in the community in a while.
I mean, we haven't seen anybody since KPL. I really don't think so, because once that hit, we were full blown into the wedding planning.
Yeah, you're right.
Holidays.
I was trying to think if we did any other meetups after that.
No, because I think there was one that we couldn't attend.
Wasn't the indie meetup after KPL, wasn't that in October?
Yeah, you're right. That might have been the one that we did
that was
go
the
to.
last one.
Because we pulled the camper out. That's where we stayed at
Jackie's.
Jackie's, yeah. So if you're watching this, Jackie, thank you again. Appreciate that.
So yeah, that October is like the last time we saw anybody really from the community. So I'm really excited about getting to see everyone. I have some emails that need to be sent out to everyone that's coming. I got to get that done as well. It's been a lot of work getting it set up, but hopefully it'll all be worth it.
Well, it's always worth it.
And Robin and Callie from Two Queens Go Keto have been helping me, and I wouldn't be able to do it without their help, honestly. There's just not enough hours in a day. You know, we've talked about this before and how busy our schedules are, and the reason that we haven't been putting videos out regularly, which we are trying to change.
Right.
But we have a home that needs tending to, and things that
Come
we have
on,
to
just
do
tell
to keep
everybody
up
the
with.
truth. We live in our camper.
Yeah, I wish. It would be a lot easier to take care of.
I don't know
And
about
that means, you know, home repairs. Just, you know, last weekend Mike had to put in a new faucet in our bathtub because ours went bad. So that took him like a whole evening to get that done. We're trying to do some remodeling things around the house, which we've been working on one room upstairs since March of last year. So you're talking a year later.
And that's a room that we can't really tell you much about, but when it's done, you'll see.
I think we've talked about it a little bit. It's
Yeah, but
gonna
we've
be
been gone so long that everybody's forgotten.
No, it's going
I'm
to be
surprised they even
hopefully-
remember our names.
It's going to be hopefully where we record. So
Right. It's going to be our studio.
yeah, so you know, we have that. We have Mike's mom and dad who we help out daily, take care of, you know, his dad. We both have jobs, and then, you know, just life in general. Yeah, Mike has 2 jobs. You know,
She
we
works me to
just
the bone
yeah.
to pay for YouTube.
Oh, yeah. That's what it is. We, like everybody else, we know everyone is in the same boat, get overwhelmed. We have a lot going on, and it just makes it really hard to make time. I have time to eat. It's time to eat. Not, you know, it makes it a lot longer process.
No, I agree. I mean, we've talked
when you
about
have to
this
sit down and
before.
record it, and then you have to edit it and make the time to edit it.
I mean, I just, you know, all the work I do on this channel, all the editing and all the processes and the thoughts that I put into it, and the design and the layouts and I mean, I do it all, right, honey? He's lying! Right, honey? Mm-hmm. See, I thought so. You know when to answer correctly. You know, we've talked about this before, and everybody knows this, and I mean, I hate to rehash that, you know, that notion that we're so busy, because again, everybody's busy.
Right.
You know, we don't want to suggest that everybody else has life made and we're the only ones that, you know, are buried in stuff, but it is. It's the reason why we haven't been around so much. And
the honest truth, the bottom line is, as of right now, and it'll probably be this way forever, I don't foresee it changing, but YouTube is a hobby for us. It's something that we like to do. We love connecting with you guys, and it helps us on our journey.
Yep.
But it's not paying our bills, not by any stretch.
Well, no, and it was never meant to be that.
Right. I never started this channel for that purpose.
No, we just wanted to meet people and get into the community, and we've done that. Mm-hmm. That's been great.
But when it comes to our list of priorities, making videos and stuff has to kind of sometimes take a back seat.
Right, and so we apologize.
We don't want that to sound like this isn't important, because it is, and it's important in our journey. It really is important in our health journey, because it helps keep us in line and on track.
Mm-hmm.
But just to give you guys a little bit, and I know you guys have heard this before, of what's going on in our lives. We also have 2 grandbabies that we love to help out with and spend time with. That takes up some of the time.
Then you throw in stuff like tax season, right? I mean, we all got to do that too. We just got ours done, so we are done with that. Thank you. But I mean, things like that pop up. You know, it's not something that happens more than once a year, but we have to be prepared for it. And unfortunately, it's just another one of life's necessities that we have to deal with.
Right.
You know, I've had car issues with my my old car that I used for DoorDash. I had to get repair work done on that, so that takes time. Like you said, with the house
Helping
stuff.
our kids when they need help with things.
Yeah.
He had to go over to my son and daughter-in-law's house the other day and put a bed together for them. And what else did
We hung
do?
some stuff on the walls.
Oh, yeah.
Because my son had to work, but I mean, he's not
handy.
He's not that handy, so I mean, he asks me to help him when he can't do it or doesn't have time or whatever. And that's fine. I don't mind doing it. Gives me an excuse to see the grandchildren. But
right, but it's still one more thing.
It just adds to the list
of something we're doing that takes away from our time.
Yeah, and once the weather gets nice, I mean, if we can do it. I mean, if we can't, we can't. But I'd like to walk again because I really enjoy.
Yeah.
Taking just a little bit of time in the evening.
Last year we were doing March Movement Challenge.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
No, I know. That's what I'm saying, and I enjoyed that.
And here we are, March. We're like, how far into March? 10 days in. It's snowing outside.
Well, yeah, we're not walking today.
We haven't walked at all.
And then we also got to get a nap because I mean we're getting old, and I could use a nap right now. So that takes time. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. Life just keeps throwing things at you, and you just got to take them one day at a time. And that's what we do. Like I said, unfortunately, sometimes the channel has to take a back seat because it's not just to sit down and do it and be done with it.
Right.
There's a lot of steps. Those of you who have channels, you know that. But we are looking forward to kind of getting back on track, meeting everybody again. I've talked to a couple of you already, messages, and I talked to Rusty on the phone the other day. That was great. It was just a few minutes, but it was just nice to hear his voice and just like,
connect with someone.
Connect again. And he's like, yeah, we're going to be there. So, I mean, I'm excited about it. So it'll be fun. And now we're getting ready for camping season. We've already got like 6 or 7, maybe 8 camping weekends already scheduled.
At least 7. Maybe 8 if you count the one in September, which we have a date for, but we haven't picked a place. So that might be the 8th one.
And then I'm working on another weekend, holiday weekend camping trip, if you will. But
for the 4th of July.
Right, haven't been able to get that scheduled yet. But that'll be number 8 or 9.
Yeah, so we're going to be super busy camping this weekend.
No.
We're going to be super busy camping this summer.
Yeah.
But for me, that is a time to refresh. I don't think of it as work.
It's not, but it's time consuming.
When I say busy, I don't want it to sound like, it's a chore, because it's not. For us, especially with helping Mike's dad, and because of social media and phones and different things like that, we completely disconnect when we camp, and it is a time just for us to just refresh. And I'm so looking forward to those trips this week. Why do I keep saying this weekend? This summer.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. And we go with friends, so that's always fun because then we can, see other groups of friends that we can't see all the time. Just as, like with you guys, we don't get to see you all the time. But, when we did our taxes, we were looking at all the keto events that we did. There was like 6 of them. I couldn't believe it.
Well, we did the big one to Utah last year, so that was a huge one.
Well, we started off.
KetOH-IO, we did the Indie Meetup, we did KPL. So we do probably at least 4 every year.
Yeah, we went to Cindy's house just for.
Oh yeah,
for a get together.
Cindy had a cookout, and we went there for that, so that was great.
And we didn't consider that a trip. But it was an overnighter for us.
Yeah, we stayed over. Yeah. And so this year, we'll probably do about the same, maybe one less. We'll definitely be at KPL. We already have our tickets for that. We're obviously going to have KetOH-IO this weekend. Indy does several meetups, so we'll probably maybe try to make it to one of theirs.
Yeah.
If it fits into our schedule with camping, it would have to be, a weekend that we don't already have something going on.
So, Dustin, if you're watching, make sure you guys schedule that on an off weekend.
On a weekend when we can come.
Check with us first.
Yeah. So we just won't have the big Utah trip this year. That'll be...
That was fun, but I'm not ready to do that again.
We'll still squeeze a couple get-togethers in there with people. A couple times last year went down and saw James and Emily just for the day.
I mean, we did an
I think
overnighter with them because we did our first ever and only so far live.
No, we've done 2 lives. We did one down there and we did one here.
Oh yeah, the one we did up here. No, what did we do up here?
I think it was for your birthday or my anniversary for the channel or
I don't remember
something
that.
like that. Yeah, we did one.
Was I there?
We have 2 lives. Yeah, I can show it to you. It's on our channel. We have 2 lives on our channel. We did that overnight with James and Emily, and then I went down there and met up with the girls one day. We went shopping, and then you and I went down and just had dinner, spent the day with James and Emily one day. So, you know, we try to fit as much community into our schedules as we possibly can.
Yeah, we enjoy it. I mean, if we have the time, I mean, you know, if with all the stuff that we do, if we still have an opportunity to do something on a weekend and we're not busy, we'll do it.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, we'll do it. It's not that we won't. I mean, we'd have to be utterly exhausted to say, I'm sorry, but we got to take this weekend off.
Yeah, the only reason we normally say no is if we have something
else planned,
on the calendar. Yeah. As always, I eat much faster than Mike does.
I like to savor the food and the flavor.
I made my salt tea drink with a new bubbly flavor that I hadn't seen before. I don't know if it's new, but we hadn't seen it at our store. It was called lemon sorbet.
Mm-hmm.
So I mixed the salt tea with that and then topped it off just with water. It made it more tart than it even normally is. So it would make it that sour, but it did.
Oh,
Do you like it?
I do.
Gives it a little tiny bit of carbonation, changes it up a bit. For the finale of this video, we are going to taste test the protein cookie dough, which is like the new treat. I've been seeing several videos. I told you guys on TikTok. I wanted to try it.
Well, I can smell the peanut butter right now. So
And
chocolate chip cookie dough is my favorite, you know, regardless of how it's made. But I mean,
And
clean or unclean.
Peanut butter is my favorite, but he's not a huge fan of peanut butter.
No, I like it. It's not my flavor of choice.
But I don't know why they put peanut butter in it. I don't know. I guess you could make it without it. I don't know what purpose, unless it's just to add protein, according to people. But did you get a chocolate chip?
Yeah, I got a chip because, you know, there's so many in there.
I want to know your opinion before I say anything. Gotta go back in for more.
It needs more chocolate chips. And I'm not saying that just to be funny. It really does. There's just not enough. For my taste, there's too much peanut butter and not enough chocolate chips. If you can change that ratio, this would be fantastic. But it's just a little too peanut buttery for me. Because of that, it's like I'm eating peanut butter out of a jar, and I do not like to do that at all.
I love peanut butter out of a jar, so I think this is delicious.
Yeah, more chips would be good. That would definitely help me. But
I'm sure I could cut back on the peanut butter. As I told them when I was making it, I didn't really measure. I just kind of dumped some in there. I think it's very good.
what's the total damage done with something like this?
I don't know, because I don't count macros.
I mean, you don't know how many carbs this has in it?
Mm-mm. You got carbs, you know, whatever carbs are in the peanut butter. The Keto Chow has very little carbs. It only has a tablespoon of almond flour, which isn't very much. And then you got what's in the chocolate chips, which is why I didn't put a ton in there. So,
I mean, overall, it still has to be pretty low carb, though.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to eat a ton of chips to get a significant amount of carbs.
That's why I didn't put a lot in. I was trying to keep our carbs down.
Another exciting edition of DDK.
Try to keep your excitement down.
Not me, them. Look, you can see some of them are walking away already.
They probably left a long time ago. And I used unsweetened almond milk because the Keto Chow has sweetener in it. So I figured, you know, and with the chocolate chips, that would be enough sweetness. And I've gotten to the point now, any of you have done keto, that super sweet stuff tastes even more sweet.
Mm-hmm.
My coffee, I used to drink my coffee really, really sweet. Now if it's overly sweet, I'm like, ooh, that's too sweet. It's crazy. I don't drink black coffee. I've never gotten to the point where I like it, you know, just straight black. But I definitely don't add any sweetener to it at all anymore.
She says that about me too. I'm too sweet.
Yeah. Have you guys ever heard me say that?
Well, she's not gonna tell. You're not gonna tell them. I hear it all the time. Honey, you're just so sweet. You're too sweet.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Yeah. So that's it for us today, guys. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Hit that bell notification. That way, when we do upload another video, you will be alerted to it. Hit that subscribe button.
And we will try to have another video for you sooner than later. We will.
And we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys.
Wait, how are we going to see them in the next video? They're not in the video.
Bye.